Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have decided I'm never going to set foot in Disney again. I've been to Disneyland, Disney World many times with the family. My daughter just unsubscribed to the Disney Channel. I would encourage you to do the same. They need to hear from you rather than a couple of hundred employees there. I'm telling you, Walt Disney was a conservative. He would be shocked at what's taking place here. And what are they objecting to? A law passed in Florida that would prevent teaching children about sex acts, about sex, about straight, about gay, about genitalia, and all the rest of it from preschool to third grade. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is that really asking too much? In third grade, what are you, 8 years old? Of course, in first grade, you're much younger than that. But all that said, pre-kindergarten, preschool to third grade, it ought to be all through elementary school. I don't remember learning any of this stuff in elementary school. Do you guys? Seriously? No. Now I'm older than the rest, but they don't remember it either. This agenda that is imposed on our children and so forth is appalling. We've fought critical race theory. Now we have to fight this. You're allowed to say gay in the classroom. It has nothing to do with that. But my question to you is this: why even bring it up? You're supposed to be teaching the basics. You're not supposed to be teaching anything related to sex or debates about those issues. And so it's just incredible to me. And so my wife, Julie, sent to the family this video that was on YouTube, apparently produced in 2021. It's beautifully produced. It just shows you how the people who produced this knew exactly what was going on at Disney and how long it would go on. I want to encourage you to watch this. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to It's a Woke World.
Destruction be our lot. We ourselves must be the authors and finishers.
It's a world of power, a world of fears, and we work long days to make souvenirs. All the millions of dogs and the leakers aside, it's a woke world after all. 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 It's a woke world. There is a land where you once lived free as a countless pig of the bourgeoisie. We could eat to our fat and would vote Democrat if we just get past that wall. It's a woke world after all. It's a woke world after all. It's a woke world after all. It's a woke world. We'll watch this after all. We'll watch this after all. We'll watch this after all. It's a woke world.
Call them all a bunch of communists, and I believe they are.
Well, that speaks for itself. Doesn't need anything additional from me, I don't think. But honestly, you folks out there, if you have kids or grandkids who are planning a trip to Disney World or Disneyland, you know that it's very, very expensive to go to these places. Their hotels, their 25-pound pretzel, their fake Viking turkey legs, and all the rest of it. The whole thing is intended to be family fun and imagination and so forth, but it's not. Now, even though that's a tongue-in-cheek piece, don't be so sure. The president of content for Disney, the other day, yesterday actually, she talked about the kind of content they are going to create for Disney. This is just shocking that these people devour Disney Corporation, which was devoured by ABC, which was devoured by something bigger than that, and is now run by a bunch of leftists. Now, the CEO at Disney originally didn't want to get involved in all this, but Iger, the former CEO, tweets out and kind of undermines the current CEO, so now he's bending over backwards to accommodate the Marxist left. And so this lady, she goes on about her own children, which the whole thing is bizarre. But you can now expect propaganda in Disney films and Disney specials, pushing an agenda, a sexual agenda, a lifestyle agenda. There's no escaping it. Go.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually, one transgender child and one pansexual child.
All right, stop. What is pansexual, honestly, ladies?
Likes everybody.
Oh. LGBTQIP plus. It should be that. I honestly didn't know what that was. So she's got two kids. One is transsexual and the other is pansexual. Okay, go ahead.
And also as a leader. And that was the thing that really got me, because I have heard so much from so many of my colleagues over the course of the last couple of weeks in open forums and through emails and phone conversations. And I feel a responsibility to speak, not just for myself, but for them, to all of us. We had an open forum last week at 20th where, again, the home of really incredible, groundbreaking LGBTQIA stories over the years.
Wait a minute. What's the A? Good Lord, ladies and gents, it's getting harder and harder. LGBTQIA plus. If you follow Facebook, there's 56.
Asexual. Intersex and asexual.
Intersex and asexual. Okay, go ahead.
One of our execs stood up and said, we only have a handful of queer leads in our content. And I went, what?
So now it's okay to say the word queer? I'm having trouble keeping up, folks. I really am. This is why I have my own little culture. I live in my own little bubble. Old-fashioned. It's a lot simpler that way. But now we have the word queer being used. Go ahead.
That can't be true. And I realized, it actually is true. We have many, many, many LGBTQIA characters in our stories, and yet we don't have enough leads and narratives in which gay characters just get to be characters, and not.
Why do the characters have to be gay, straight, or anything? I'm missing something here. These are little kids, right? These are family programs. Why are these people obsessed with this? Why? And why are they such frauds and phonies? Why are they hypocrites who contradict themselves? I'm going to choose the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court. Then she's up there. Can you define woman? No. Okay. It's not what between your legs that matter. It's between your ears that matter. Okay. Then why do you have to transition anything physically? It's between your ears, right? Not between your legs. LGBTQAI plus. Okay. Go ahead.
Gay stories. And so that's been very eye-opening for me. And I can tell you, it's something that I feel perhaps had this moment not happened, I as a leader and me as my colleagues would not have focused on. And
she's a leader, you see. And because DeSantis and the legislature in Florida, and which has a support of the great many people in Florida, if not a significant majority, seeks to protect little kids. They call it grooming, from being groomed, different kinds of sexual belief systems or sexual activities and so forth. and they want to allow parents to have the say on the upbringing of their babies. I mean, preschool to third grade, this is considered racist and bigoted and homophobic. And Hollywood's all in with indoctrination. Disney now is all in. They have this woman who is the person in charge of content. In charge of content. Now, I'm not trying to attack her family life, but I would dare say that most families do not have the kind of children's situation that she has. Not one, but two. One who's transitioning or transgender, and one who's pan, which I just found out mean everything and I guess anything. Go ahead.
I certainly will be more so. I know that we will be, and I hope this is a moment where, the 50% of the tears, sorry, are coming. We just don't allow each other to go backwards.
Okay, let me help you, ma'am. This is not your personal company. This is a public company. You didn't found it. You're an employee of it. You worked your way up the ladder. You're now an executive at Disney. I don't know how you became an executive at Disney, but the idea that you're going to take your personal preferences and project them and impose them onto the Disney Corporation, perhaps with the support of the CEO, perhaps with the support of the board of directors, is really quite abusive of the authority that you have. And the fact that certain employees in that company are attacking the governor of Florida, the legislature, and effectively the parents of Florida because they choose to allow families decide how their little babies are going to be raised, not a public school with a stranger as a teacher or anything of that sort, that is simply unacceptable.
Want to see more Mark Levin? Go to levintv.com and subscribe now.